Hello, ladies, again. I'm Hilary.
And my name is Becca. And for those that have not had the opportunity to watch our video from last month, we just want to give you a quick recap of who we are and what we are doing. We are Hilary and Becca, just like we said, and we started a nonprofit middle of last year in 2016 called Redeeming Zoe. We met in 2011 as college students and had the opportunity to work in an orphanage for a year, and it was life-changing. And it just led us down this path of really researching other nonprofits, and it led us to starting our own nonprofit, and we are super excited to be here sharing with you today. Redeeming Zoe stands for just repairing life and bringing it back to what God intended, and our goal is to move this August full-time to the Philippines to work with kids who are stuck in online sexual exploitation, and we're excited to be on this journey that the Lord has us. We just want to give you some encouragement today on faith and moving forward in what God has called us to do, and encourage you to do the same in what God has called you to do. First, I want to give you the definition of faith. The definition of faith is complete trust or confidence in someone or something. So that's the dictionary definition. But I also want to read you from Scripture what faith is. In Hebrews 11, verse 1, now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. And also in verse 6, and without faith it is impossible to please him. For who would ever draw near to God must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who seek him.
So, starting a nonprofit has been a huge test of our faith. We have no idea what's ahead. It's all new to us, and we've done as much research as we can, and we have sought out wise counsel from many sources, and we've relied so heavily on our board to lift us up and encourage us and lead us into this journey in a way that is of excellence, but for the most part, it's really been about trust, about trusting God that he's leading us and that he's preparing the way for us. He's going before us and walking with us. And but I want to read you from James, kind of what the Bible says about testing of our faith. James 1:2 says, count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds. Verse 3, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. Verse 4, and let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. And I'm just going to tell you that this journey has been amazing. I can't tell you enough how awesome it's been to walk this journey with the people that we've been walking it with. Now, we've really had all kinds of feedback with Redeeming Zoe and starting the nonprofit. Some very well-meaning, very nice. Oh, good job, encouraging. You're doing a great work. Some who say, they don't really believe in us and they kind of question us about what we're doing. And then some who just don't get it, who don't understand the call that God has placed on our lives. And that's okay. We're all from different walks and we all think differently. And that's why God made us each different. But regardless of what kind of feedback we've received and what kind of feedback we will receive, it's a faith journey, and we're stepping out on faith. We have complete faith that God has called us to this. We have complete faith that God is going to provide for this. And we have complete faith that lives are going to be changed by the gospel. Lives are going to be changed and freed. Bondages are going to fall off, and we're so excited to get to be a small part of that. So last time we talked, I pointed out that you all have a dream. You all have a calling that God has placed on each and every one of your lives, and it's different than ours. It might look similar, it might not, but today we want to encourage you to look to Jesus, to produce that faith in you, in him, because I know that if he has called you to do this, he's called you to step out in faith on something, he's going to provide the way. He's going to split that Red Sea. He's going to make a way even when there seems to be no way, because he's done that for us. And if he does it for us, he will do it for you. You're a child just like we are. And so everything that he has is ours as his children. And so I just want to encourage you in that.
So, some questions and negative thoughts that we have heard or been told. One is the most common. Last week we were in Kentucky presenting, like we shared last month, and several of the college students asked, aren't you scared? Aren't you scared to be moving to the Philippines in this country that makes the news pretty often? And we're like, when it's a calling from the Lord, never once have I ever questioned where I'm going, questioned where he's leading. And there's just this situation around us that, like, this calming and peaceful feeling just moving forward of where he's leading us. And sometimes it's unexplainable. Like, I don't really know how to put it into words, but no, I'm not scared, and I never have been.
When we first moved to the Philippines, we arrived at night. It was 11 o'clock at night, and we arrived at the airport, and someone was supposed to pick us up, and they weren't there, or they weren't there yet, and they were running late. And we didn't have a phone. We didn't have anything. We just were there waiting, and we don't know the language, but it was just like, I'm ready. Like, this is what the Lord has made me for. Like, I can handle this. And walking with him, he's got it. He's got it under control. He goes before us, so he's made it safe for us, and there may be times where we're in unsafe situations, but as we rely on him, so from the beginning, it's been, no, we're not scared. We trust him.
That's so true. But also, many people have commented, you're both so young. We're both 27 years old, and in our minds, yeah, I still feel like I just graduated high school yesterday, even though it's been almost 10 years. But I've never once questioned, once again, like that, oh, maybe I don't have as much life experience as someone 10 years older than me, or maybe I don't have, enough education. Maybe I don't have this. Maybe I don't have that. And people think, oh, your age, the fact that you're two single women, what can you accomplish? And once again, like, it amazes me that when we step into the will of God, like, how I'm confident in where he's leading me and who he has made me, and I've never once questioned it. Even though so many people around us, they don't understand it. And sometimes people say, like, why do you have to do that in a country far away, halfway around the world, when you could be doing it right here in America? Mm-hmm. And that's another situation where when God calls us, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, sorry, I can be working here, God. There's work to do here. But also, in our research and in learning, Cebu City, Philippines, where we feel the Lord leading us, is one of the largest hotspots in the entire world for child exploitation, for children. And not just that, but the US dollar to the Philippine peso is currently 50 pesos to $1 US. So the amount of work that could take place in the Philippines compared to America, we know this is where the Lord has led us and is leading us. And as we just pursue and keep on this journey, we know that he's going to continue to give us this peace that is unexplainable to others. And we're super excited about where he's leading us.
So, Becca said that she's never once questioned it. I personally have never questioned the big picture, but can have, and I don't know, we don't really talk a lot about this, but I sometimes have doubts. I sometimes let Satan tell me that my inadequacies or my limitations are too big to do what God has called me to do. And obviously, big picture wise, I don't listen to it and I keep going. But it is a struggle, and it's hard, and it weighs you down sometimes.
So true.
To be able to hear others say, well, why are you doing this when you're so young? Or, those questions and those thoughts. And what we've had to do and what you will have to do if people come at you, or if Satan comes at you with these things, is you're going to have to feed your faith, not your fear. You're going to have to feed your faith, not your inadequacy. You're going to have to feed your faith, not your limitations. You're going to have to feed your faith, not the mistakes, because there will be mistakes. We will make mistakes. We're not perfect.
No, far from it.
Far from it. But we have to feed our faith, not our mistakes. We have to feed our faith, not questioning the Almighty. Okay, because God has this. How do we do that? We keep going. We keep going. We let it go through one ear and out the other. And we let these comments and these thoughts that Satan throws our way, we let it go. We can't hold on to it. And we do that by renewing our minds. Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy, and he comes at our mind. That's the way he attacks us. So I want to read to you Romans 12, 1-2. And this is a great verse great passage to memorize and to just say out loud when the enemy comes at you with these things. So 12:1 says, I appeal to you therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship. Verse 2, this is the part that I strongly suggest memorizing. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. When you take these lies that Satan throws your way, and you find truth through the Word, and the Word is absolute truth, okay? It trumps, obviously, everything and throws everything in the trash of what Satan says. So we should always be renewing our mind. And that's what we have to do. We have to block out negative comments. We love the ones that tell us. And some of these are very close to us, that have thoughts that, they don't agree with us. And that's okay. We love them. We care about them, and we know that some of these comments come from a place of fear in them. And so we love them through that and pray for them. And we let our fruit do the talking. Like God's going to bring out fruit from this. And so if you continue to exercise your faith and really walk in that, God's gonna bring fruit from it. And they're going to see, oh, wow, they're walking in the Spirit. They're walking out what God's called them to do. And so that's how we attack the enemy, with the doubts and the questions and the comments. We attack it with more faith. So you gain more faith by producing more faith. It's just this cycle. So keep going. Beck, why don't you tell them what we've got going on right now currently with Redeeming Zoe?
So as we move forward, as an organization, we will be going for a business trip in June to go back to the Philippines to have some exciting meetings. And also, we are selling t-shirts. We love for people to get behind this vision God has given us and to support it through clothing where other people can learn about Redeeming Zoe. And we're also, if you are in the Northeast Texas area, we are doing a fundraiser here in Sulphur Springs, Texas. And if you want any more information about any of these things, we will have the link down below. But more importantly, we just would love the opportunity to meet you, to speak with you, to just to encourage you. Mm-hmm. If you want to get connected with us, our personal emails are on, or you can just email us through Redeeming Zoe on our website, redeemingzoe.org, and we can get a hold of you that way. But if you have someone out there that you know that should hear the vision of Redeeming Zoe, we would love to connect with them,
yes.
Love to show them our
yes.
vision and our plan for the future, and just show them what God is doing in our life and the faith that He has produced in us stepping forward. So we are so thankful for this opportunity, and we really hope that this video is bringing you encouragement in this time where you're having to step out in faith and are getting negative comments back and hearing things that people aren't as encouraging as you would hope, we know that God is on our side.
Yes.
And we know that as we progress forward, He is going to continue to guide us down this exciting path. And we hope that you find encouragement down your exciting path as well. So we hope you have a great day, and we would love to hear from you.
Yes. Thank you, ladies. Have an awesome day.
Bye.